Hello guys, welcome to my channel where we discuss matters personal and academic development. Did you know there is a book lovers day? Yes, 9th of August is book lovers day, and book lovers, or bibliophiles as they are called, celebrate the day by either donating books, taking advantage of discounts offered by booksellers, and maybe encouraging other people to read. And what a pleasure on this year's Book Lovers Day to be sharing the 5 books that I read in the month of July, and hopefully you will find at least one of them worth reading. The first book that I read is Self-Power, Spiritual Solutions to Life's Greatest Challenges by Deepak Chopra. In the book published in 2012, Deepak argues that life will always have challenges or setbacks which are important in our self-discovery journey. But he then argues that there are solutions to these problems, but to move from the problem to the solution, we have to go through 3 levels of awareness or consciousness. The first one is contracted awareness, where the problems first appeared. The second one is expanded awareness, where solutions start emerging. And the third one is pure awareness, where your desires and results and circumstances align. Deepak then offers 3 techniques of expanding our awareness, and that is through meditation, self-reflection, and contemplation. Through these 3 techniques, we can connect with our inner selves or activate the power within and get to the solutions. This is a journey of moving from hoping to believing and finally knowing, or in Dr. Joe Dispenza's words, from thinking to doing to being. My favorite quote from the book is that most people are confused about what they actually need, and therefore they seek it in the wrong places. The second book that I read is Sidata by Hermann Hesse. The book was published in 1922, and Hermann went ahead to win the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1946. The book narrates the story of a young man by the name Sidata, who defies his father's wishes and traditions in search for enlightenment. This quest first leads him to a life of asceticism and fasting, and then to romantic love and wealth, and all these do not lead to enlightenment or him getting satisfied. In the end, Siddhartha learns to listen to the river without any opinions, desires, or expectations, and he discovers the unity and wholeness of existence. In the process, he achieves a higher state of consciousness and becomes enlightened. The book's key message is that there is no single path to spiritual life, and therefore it is not about religious doctrines, intellectual texts, or traditions. Rather, we should aim to be in the present moment, loving the world as it is, without comparing it to a distant past or an imaginary future, and in the process, we may experience the unity and interconnectedness of everything. This is my favorite quote from the book, and I'm going to read it because it's a long one. The world, Govinda, is not imperfect or slowly evolving along a long path to perfection. No, it is perfect at every moment. Every sin already carries grace within it. All small children are potential old men. All sucklings have death within them. All dying people, eternal life. It is not possible for one person to see how far another is on the way. The Buddha exists in the robber and dice player. The robber exists in the Brahmin. The third book that I read is What Do You Want Out of Life by Professor Valerie Tiberius, who teaches philosophy at the University of Minnesota. The book, published in 2023, offers a philosophical guide of living a happy and fulfilled life. Valerie proposes that we need to start from values, and values can be instrumental, that is, as a means to something else, or they could be ultimate, by being good by themselves. She argues that when we want to evaluate our lives, whether we are living a good life, we often start with our desires, our emotions, and our thoughts, which combined form our values. She then proposes a deep philosophical question. Assuming we know what really matters to us, how do we know that it actually matters? Or simply, how do we know that our values are right? She proposes 5 ways of knowing whether our values are right, one of them being exploration, guided reflection, learning from others, elaborate strategy or examining our lives from the outside, or introspection. Next phase then is living our lives according to these values or integrating them in our daily actions. However, this does not really guarantee a happy life because there will always be conflicts emerging from either our values, our goals, or even the environment where we are pursuing our goals. To resolve these conflicts, Valerie proposes 5 ways. The first one being prioritizing or adjusting our means to ends. The second one is dropping one of the conflicting goals. The third one is reinterpreting our values. The fourth one is accepting what we can't change. And the fifth one being making radical changes. And probably by following such a framework, we can live a happy life. The fourth book that I read in July is The Pilgrimage by Paulo Coelho. The book, published in 1987, narrates the journey of Coelho through Santiago in Spain to recover his sword, which he had lost in the last phase of his initiation as a master for failing to understand one key lesson, and that is what he was to do with the sword. Indeed, this is the key message of the book, that we should not get obsessed with the rewards and fail to understand or know what to do with them. Paulo Coelho, although he considered himself wise, had to go through a road that anyone could in order to understand or learn this lesson. My favorite quote from the book is, "Because of my pride in wisdom, you made me walk the road that every person can walk and discover what everyone else already knows, if they have paid the slightest attention to life. You made me see that the search for happiness is a personal search and not a model we can pass on to others." The final book that I read in the month of July is The Letters I Will Never Send by Isabella Dorta. The book is a collection of deeply personal and emotionally raw letters or poems by Isabella to various people in her life, past, present, and the future. The key message of the book is the importance of acknowledging and releasing our emotions in order to be our truest selves. Thank you guys for watching. Please let me know the book that you found interesting or your current read, and happy Book Lovers Day.